I'm gonna get back to that story, Sonny. Just, just you listen to Boomer Great One. He's gonna tell you about how it was back in the olden days, back before fire, back when we walked uphill for everything. In fact, we didn't even have a concept of downhill because there was no downhill. Everything was uphill. We thought that was normal. We didn't even have a word for it because there was no alternative. It was uphill all the time. You just need to reach down and grab yourselves by your bootstraps and pull yourselves up, Sonny. Because when I was your age, I bought a house for $25,000. And I made that money on my paper route and bussing tables at the local cafe. And if I could do it, you can do it too. You just need to reach down and pull yourself up and just buckle up there, buckaroo. God, I hate boomers.
So I'm going to do something really stupid. You all know Cappy's about to bang his head against the wall. I'm going to try and do for you corporations what I try to do for the banks back in 2005 and 2006, and that was prevent them from getting involved in the housing bubble and making bad loans. I'm going to try and help you. I know you're not going to listen because you're a bunch of MBA-laden dipshits. You're truly the 102 room temperature IQ people out. You're just not going to listen. But I'm going to do it for posterity. And then let's admit, deep down inside, many of you are already searching this. A lot of you, off a company computer, obviously, you're like, oh, shit. Did we let Dracula into our house? Did we invite a vampire into our house? Well, shoot. No joke. I mean, I'm not even on the joking meter. I'm like 90% serious on this and 10% tongue in cheek. But many firms, their viability, their actual existence is being threatened by DEI. Again, yes, I tune into the nerd shows and the video games and all that. Ubisoft is in the news. Disney has lost over half its market value, losing billions. No joke. You corporations, your existence is being threatened. Not all of them, but some. And certainly some of your profitability is as well. And especially if you take a look at Ubisoft. Oh, yeah, I guarantee you. The hedge. This was a fun little experiment we had. This was a fun little experiment we had in kind of a quasi theater kid communism. Ooh, let's have the theater kids run a segment of the economy. Let's have a bunch of ideologues and idealists and utopians run this little sector over here. What happened? Oh, shit. Oh, shit. And so I'm going to give you, I run a company called Asshole Consulting. I wish I was joking, but given, what was it? Anderson Consulting shut down because of fraud. And then wasn't it McKinsey that came out with the report that diversity was all great and everything? And how's that work? How's that? Yeah, I'm better than most consulting companies. Yes, I am. Because I'm the only one with the fucking nuts to tell you the truth. But I know I found out later as I got gray pubes. The real reason you have consulting companies is so you can do a thing you want to do and the consulting company ordains it. And then if it fails, you say, the consulting company. I finally figured out why consulting companies do. But if you actually want to fucking solve your problems, not have like a paid for scapegoat, let me know. assholeconsulting.com. I'm a lot cheaper than the other guys, but not by much. So I'm sick. And I was out there doing minor cleaning around the house, what sick people can do. And I was smoking some meats. I got me a smoker. And I was sitting there thinking like, yeah, I bet you there are people like, how would you get that? How do you get Dracula out of your fucking house when you invited him? If you don't know that reference, Dracula can't come into your house unless you invite him. That's why Vincent Price is up there. If you didn't know who that was Vincent Price. He's dressed as Dracula. Anyway, so I came up with some ways, and I mean, If I wanted to do real work, I could go do real consulting and advertise. Hey, how you do? Yeah, I wore a tie for you. Yeah, I'm in your downtown office and nobody uses you, fucking boomer. Okay, what's your least expense on this? I got an idea on how to save you that much money in sales or expenses. Anyway, um, this really is. I mean, if I thought it out more thoroughly and came with specific actionable items, but again, you NBA leaders, you're nothing more than at best on your best day with a tailwind, you're 105 IQ. So here's just some thoughts. You can go and investigate these. If you need details, you can always hire me out for an egregious sum of money. All right, first, the direct approach. You fire all your DEI hires, all of them, and especially the DEI department. I'm not saying just the employees that were diversity hires. Or not, if they're good employees, keep them. Right. By the way, this just assumes you have people you want to get rid of. All right. And while you're firing all the non-performing DEI hires, you could get rid of all the other underperforming hires as well, DEI or not. So it gives you cover to get rid of everything. And you could give them your standard corporate bullshit excuse. Oh, economic headwinds, embezzlement from daddy's kid who ran the division into the ground, whatever it is you got to say. All right. But you just bite the bullet. I think Facebook did this, Microsoft did it. And here's what's going to happen. Right now, the rest of the world knows that the emperor has no clothes, except you guys. You're all afraid. Oh my God, they're gonna sue us and call us isms and phobes. Like, yeah, they will, but it doesn't mean anything anymore. Nobody gives a shit. All right. So if you can just get through the super hypersonic reeing that's going to come your way, all right, you'll be fine. Now you're going to get sued. I think the surprise. I think it was the DEI head of Facebook sued Facebook when she got laid off. I believe there was another DEI hire. It was the same one. Was it also Facebook? She was like embezzling $5 million. I know these are anecdotal. It doesn't mean the whole thing. But for the longest time, companies did without these departments, and you don't need them. So get rid of the fucking fat, get rid of the fucking liabilities, and get rid of it forever. We're going to go about how to prevent DEI from reinfesting your company, and that's what it is. It is an infestation. It is a fucking cancer. I'm trying to fucking zap you with the radiation treatment and the chemo, and then if we clear it all out, don't go back to smoking cigarettes. Okay. So anyway, that's the first one. You just fire them. I I was looking, especially as it pertains to this one company called Sweet Baby Inc. You can look it up if you want. It's a diversity consulting company that consults video games on how to include diversity into their video games. That's what everybody wants. I know I want pubic hair in my ice cream. And if you looked at these studios that hired Sweet Baby Inc., I'll be honest with all you studios, you all look like a bunch of self-hating, guilty white people. Bunch of fucking pushovers. You're like, oh no, you gotta get over that. Okay? Because whatever your businesses are being shut down, some studios are being shut down. The worst that could happen is happening right now. Oh, but we might be calling this sterophobe. You're not going to have a company soon. And so you just got to have the ball say, no, you're all fired. And Microsoft did that. Now they didn't get rid of all the DEI. And even I am kind of like, okay, should there be some analyst, not a fucking chief executive officer, not a C-suite, but should there be some like labor analyst in the HR department, or maybe you outsource the analysis to a third party? Hey, can you make sure we're not unintentionally biased against different groups of people? That's good. That's something maybe you should do. But oh my God. And by the way, all you fucking virtue signaling posers. Like, oh my God, look, we got a DEI. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. First fucking thing I go to your page. It ain't about the product you're selling. It's like, we love diversity. Fuck you. No one cares anymore. I mean, there's faking it and virtue signaling it, which I wouldn't put past all you MBAs. But then there's actually kind of doing it and having the ethics and morality, but you don't brag about it. You just do it because it's the right thing to do. Anyway, you fire all your underperforming DEI hires. You definitely get rid of the DEI department. I would also include HR or ESG or carbon footprint bullshit. You get rid of all these people that don't contribute to the profit of the firm. Bye-bye. Going a different direction. Economic, whatever. That's your jurisdiction. You come up with the bullshit. And then, yeah, you're probably going to get some lawsuits. Are some you're going to win some, lose some? Yeah, probably. But it's better than losing your entire company. 2, separate the producers and the parasites into separate subsidiaries. Again, you could, and here we're kind of leaving DEI a little bit. It's not specific to DEI, but it's the kind of more the Pareto principle. 20% of your employees are doing all the work, or you have your operational core to your business. The people actually do the thing, and then you got management. All right, separate them. Okay. Get in the case of video games, you get all the nerdy guys together, right? And you create an operational subsidiary, a different if you have to, a separate company. And I'll get into that a little bit later. Oh yeah, that's our programming. You could come up with something cool. That's our think tank subsidiary. And maybe you don't want to. Now I think about it, you don't want to make it sexy because then girls will be, can I play too? No, you don't have a fucking STEM degree. You fucking HR to get the fuck out of here. So like Area 51, you squirrel these nerds off, or whoever it is, the people that actually do the production and the stuff, you squirrel them off somewhere. You run it like a meritocracy, if you remember what that was, right? Okay. You focus on efficiency, production, no bullshit, no meetings, no celebration of quadriplegic Latina lesbians month. None of that fucking shit. They go there, they work, you pay them good money, they produce the product, they're done. They're not tainted by the fucking dipshits in the parasite subsidiary. Now, the parasite subsidiary is, for the most part, all you white collar workers who don't do jack fuck all shit. Certainly the DEI department unto itself. HR, get the fuck rid of that. Marketing, fuck you guys. And general management, and I'm the cousin of the uncle of the sister of the thing. Fuck all of you. Someone comes in there like Elon Musk, cuts all the fat, and you know what? Here's your flexibility. Here's where you avoid the lawsuits. Right? Now you have 2 separate subsidiaries. You got your producers all in one location, not being bothered by the parasites. Whether it's MBA dipshits or leftist Marxist ideologues or fake sexual bothering me campaign type of people, separate. Boys locker room, girl locker room as a metaphor. And then with the parasite subsidiary, like, you don't give them all the budget. That's PR. That's just to keep up face. It's kind of like Target Corporation. Target Corporation is a retailer. The real machine of Target Corporation are the truck drivers and the stock boys, stock gals, your security. That's operations. A generation ago, a leadership change ago, they had a clown, a ridiculous woman as a clown for their DEI, HR, or whatever it was. This is where we got, what, sex toys for kids or something? I don't know. This is where they went way too far with the gay pride stuff. You let them have their little cake. In other words, it's not the real company. That's just for you to say, oh, look, see, we have HR, we have DEI. You can have your marketing meetings there. You can have the dipshits. Oh, my God. You can have your biscotti. You could be like those idiots who did the filming of what's it like working at Facebook in Silicon Valley before interest rates went up, and then everyone got laid off. And you say, well, they're not producing anything. Yeah, but at least they're separated from your core operations, and those people can actually get the fucking work done and make good products. And if they're separate, like physically separate, you're going to have a lot less complaints, harassment, accusations, corruption of the product by Miss Tiddlywinks from fucking Winnetka, who never, I think it should be this way. And then all you guys want to fuck her because you guys are the NBA leader. Oh, yeah, okay, Becky. Hey, you nerds, stop what you're doing. Stop making it good. But Becky wants you to make it pink. Okay, Becky, I got those guys. All right, touch P now. That's pretty much every NBA ever. You think I'm joking? My point is, you have the parasite division sequestered. And now you can slowly start cutting their budget, start consolidating, giving you same standard excuses. Oh, we're outsourcing HR to a third party. Oh, we're cutting HR. Oh, we're cutting sales and marketing. Those sales and marketing do have a deal with the devil type of purpose and function to a business. And then you could just slowly over time, this is a slower treatment of the cancer. Okay. I don't know what it would be like. I'm not a cancerologist person. And then all you got is some figureheads, right? I don't even think I'll be honest. Just get rid of HR. It's going to be one of my recommendations to prevent this from ever happening again. Right? But you could outsource it. But okay, fine. You want to keep an HR person. You want to keep a DEI person. You want to keep a marketing person. You want to keep a sales person. I'm trying to think of all other stupid horse shit you got. You got your ESG, carbon footprint, environmentalist person. If you really want to be peak early 2020s moron douchebag MBA, you could have a chief inspiration officer or a chief people officer. What was it? Chief vibe officer? Whatever. The same people who decide they're going to go make craft brews with ridiculous color cans and the beer's going to taste like shit. Those people, you come up with whatever ridiculous, because it's not going to be that big of a budget. And maybe you give them some fake, cat's got a scratching post. You give them some bullshit fucking work. And then they're like the white collar workers at Target. Oh my God, what kind of designs are we going to do? Oh my God, we're going to pick colors. Oh, we get Trisha over here. I have coffee. Meanwhile, I was just banging out the fucking, like really, go look at Target. Like it's kind of an example. It's just, I'd be like, that's an operating, like that's the management company. And this is the operations company, which some people do that. But then you just slowly cut away at all of them until there's like a cabal. And then if you want to play real dirty, you want to play real smart, let me give you a trick that bankers and car lenders would do, or car dealers would do. You get these corporate executive types, almost like Vought. Okay, look it up. You make sure that they get a big mortgage and a big car payment, and they're stuck with you, right? They're stuck with you. And you could come in there and level with them. I mean, you don't have to. You say, you're all a bunch of fucking worthless pieces of shit. You're just faces to keep an image up of the company. We don't fucking need you. You give us any fucking shit. All you're here to do is to look pretty, serve a fucking face, and shut the fuck up. That's it. All right. Now, that wouldn't go over well. I wouldn't recommend that. You give them fake, give them a scratching post, give them some kind of, oh my God. I work with Trisha over at ESG, and we're gonna have it. What do you guys do that's stupid? You always have your company activities, right? People who have love and family and kids and fun and lives, they go home. But you corporatists who got nothing because you got no souls. Oh my God, we're gonna go to the bar and have happy hour. We're gonna go axe throwing. Oh! Have them do that dumb shit. Although don't invite the operational people, because then there's going to be complaints. You see how many, just like the Democrats, divide and conquer, right? Except you're not pissing the other two off. You're just like, oh, no, that's a separate company. I don't know where those nerds I don't know where the workers are. I just, hey, what color wrapping should we put on the nerds products? The people that produce all the shit in the world. How would you like the color of the wrapping to be, Trisha? Okay, tell Becky in HR. Tell Thaddeus to go sell some more. Oh, Thaddeus with his fucking ascot. He's so fucking cool. He must have been. I'm glad we hired that consultant from the Big Four. Douche canoe. Hey, I'm Thaddeus. Oh, yeah, you got some fucking perfect white teeth and shit. So that's the second thing you can do. All right. Third thing, depending on your state, do you live in California where you're their fucking bitch, right? Lawsuits, all the court system is going to rule in favor of labor and all that other stuff. Right? Another thing you could do is use contractors. I speculated this is the way it's going because I'll be perfectly honest with you, even before all this fucking psychotic political ESG, carbon footprint, DEI, Nazi, and that's what it fucking is, Nazi groupthink nightmare came along, corporate America was already pretty much dysfunctional the way it was. It was pretty fucked up. It was not the word that you are looking for is called tenable, right? And to hire a W-2 employee, which, based on how long it takes you corporate assholes to do it, you got to do 8 rounds of interview with fake job postings in the circle, and then you got to have Karen in HR say, I don't like his socks. He's got everything we're looking for. And yeah, but I don't like his socks because I'm Karen. And I'm in a mood today. You could avoid all that and just go get contractors. I think that is the future. That's why I tell my clients to do. I'm like, you don't want to work at corporate America. And for any of you who are like interested, like, I'm going to go work at corporate, just go watch this shit show happening in our creative industry. It's happening elsewhere, but this is just the most pronounced because you see movies flop and video games flop and all that. But it's happening. You didn't want to work at corporate America before. You sure the fuck don't want to work there now. And so I just go become a contractor. Charge more per hour. Get enough to make it that you don't, you can pay your health care. Guys, you save money on not paying their health care, you corporate types. And then I would even go so far. I mean, there's things you can do, kind of like where I said sequester the producer division and the parasite divisions, like separate them, physically separate them. If contract, you don't want to have a physical location. That's where people meet and get in trouble. You remember in the 80s when I think it was 1 out of 5 people met their spouse that way because it was a good, reliable, oh, look, the same industry, same profession, intellectual equals, intellectual interests, reliable, stable employment. Fuck that shit, am I right? You don't want those stable employees. Thank God we separate that. No, I'm not joking. Separate it. Right? There's no, you don't need a physical location. And you could almost have an all contractor where you're just an LLC outsourcing everything. Now, if you're a retailer, yeah, you need a physical place. But a lot of services, well, all services by their definition, don't really need a physical place. And so I'd be outsourcing as much to contractors as possible and not having as least office space as possible. So, I mean, it's not a total solution, but there's another example. Contractors, outsource DEI. Go hire some fucking fraud, some charlatan, some what is a shill? Not shill? What's the word I'm looking for? Some con artist who will certify you DEI certified. Yeah, come in here, lecture all the white people in our office about how bad they are. Okay, yeah, go ahead, do that. Give us the fucking signing thing, and okay, fine. You get some plausible defense. Oh no, we had training. Okay, fine, do that. But you don't bring it in-house. You don't bring Dracula in your home. You contract with Dracula. I got an independent contract for you, Dracky. What do you have? You guys remember the Count? Is the Count still on Sesame Street? Or is he too straight of a male? Are we guessing that he's gay now? Is that what because he's flamboyant? Man, Apache who's flamboyant and rich and lives in his house. He's got an accent. Oh, it must be gay. I'm sure they probably ruined that childhood. So the use of contractors. And then this one I saw done at a restaurant in St. Paul. The guy, and I don't know if it was a management company and then operating company. I think it was more like a holding company. And what he did, he ran the restaurant, made sure all the money was taken out of it, and put the profits and the proceeds and whatever into the holding company or paid it out. It was no longer part of that company. It went to the owners, and the owners had an operating firm that would hold the money instead of the operating company itself. And sure as shit, it wasn't that they got unionized. So that's happened before. I've seen that happen where they unionize and literally the next day the restaurant's closed down because I told you not to union. I can't afford a union. Anyway, I think there was a sexual harassment complaint back in the 90s. That place was shut down, I think, 3 days later. And it opened up under a new company. And I don't know the exact accounting, but I can guarantee you the operating assets of the firm, the kitchen and the dishes and the oven and all that. I mean, it's still there. The property's still there. They probably sold it to pennies, for pennies, to the operating firm. The operating firm, they created another LLC. That LLC bought it from the operating firm, a completely new legal entity, and and oh yeah, all the assets there within. So the LLC or the company that was getting sued was no longer. I Maybe you should sue the individual, not the deep pockets. In other words, he made sure there wasn't deep pockets, and that's something that you might want to do. Split up the ownership. Kind of what I was talking about with you have your operating division over there, and you have your unicorn farts and champagne cocktail parties over at the other place. But were you just like, oh yeah, look, we and I'm not kidding. Like, okay, you think a large company. I was talking a restaurant. Why not? Why not Sony right now? Right? Sony's infested with a bunch of DEI, and it's not even necessarily DEI. It's leftist political activists and ideologues. You have adult, psychotic, psychopathic communists don't want to work children in there. I mean, you hire. I don't care what happened. I don't own shares of Sony. What? Just to like, oh, okay. Well, Sony Corporation sold to some Hong Kong subsidiary. The people who are in charge of Sony, they set up a Hong Kong subsidiary or a separate company over in Hong Kong. Hong Kong, they get some financing with some bankers. You can make mint on this. You'd have to have a plausible price you pay. Well, we need 120 billion to go buy Sony or whatever the market cap is. This private firm offshore buys the Sony Corporation. Oh wait, how would that? They buy the Sony corporation. Yeah, they buy the Sony corporation. Say we're firing everybody. We have a new corporation. We're selling all the assets over there. Sony the second or whatever. You could go ahead and uh, create that company to then move either the operating assets or hold on to the money. Basically saying, "Oh, that company is no longer." All right. And Sony's laying everyone else off before you're sold to the foreign conglomerate or whatever like that. So it's like doing that with the restaurant, but on billions of dollars. Then, as I mentioned, Hong Kong, finally you can go overseas. And many of you may want to think about this. Medtronic did it. They did it for tax reasons. It was called a corporate inversion. That was their particular tactic, but it was for tax reasons. But go to Dubai. You think they tolerate this shit in a Muslim country? Go to Japan. Go to some place now. You'd have to do some research and find out, hey, do you got psychotic fucking leftist psychos who are all about the way they were born and not their content of character or their ability? Look that up. You got stupid. Can we get sued here for bullshit charges? We can't? Okay, cool. And go ahead, set up the company over there if you want, or say, hey, the Sony Corporation is moving to Dubai. Goodbye. And then here's where you'd have Dubai may not be the best example because I don't know where you're going to get all the employees, but at least the operating headquarters, the global corporate HQ could be there. And then you hire, maybe Americans, but you're being hired by a Dubai company. Oh, we got to sue them. Okay, well, you got to go to Dubai to sue them. Oh, what if they have an operating company in the United States? Then you can sue the operating company. Yeah, well, just don't do that. Like you can put a job posting. You can hire people. You can work from home. Could it be possible you'd have to fly them in? Depends on the product. Depends on the product and the project, maybe. But I think that would be good. Like you get everyone to fly in at one place, and you put them up in hotels, and or you maybe rent a skyscraper for a couple of years, and like here's the product. We got to do it. We got to do it now. Bet you there's a lot of young people who would like that kind of like opportunity. Like, oh, let's just crush this, and provide this product. And yeah, we're going to pay you some money that'll last you 5 years, and we're going to call on you again. Now, I keep thinking about video games. But yeah, if you have to deal with the psychopaths here, we'll just go overseas. And then you can say, okay, well, we got some really good employees over here. Well, they'll have them work remote. Or you find a place where it's like, all right, are you guys willing to move to Canada? Though I want to go to Canada because that's where I think this sweet baby is located. But just leave. If it's gonna be just hiring a bunch of petulant little children, if this is what we're gonna become, right? Yeah, go overseas. Just go to where it's like, yeah, I don't have to deal with this bullshit. I'm not gonna have you audit me like, oh, did you hire enough black people? Did you hire enough women? Like, no, we hired the best people, which may shock you, included some black men and some women, if you can believe that or not. Anyway, so there are some ideas for you, some a little bit more complex than others. Now let's go about prevention, okay? We've purged the termites, you've kicked Dracula out, however you want to talk. You got rid of them all right? I'd also recommend you get rid of all the MBAs and the management and leadership that let this. And this would be more of like, uh, a hostile takeover, a turnaround expert, some kind of venture fund would have to come in and do this. Let's make sure it never happens again, shall we? Okay, so what are the vectors that DEI got and infected a lot of American corporations? First, ESG money. You know the solution? Don't take the ESG money. I did some ballpark math with Disney, I believe it was, and I estimated they saved like $60 million in a year, assuming they got a favorable interest rate. I don't know what terms of favorable financing they got, but I say, yeah, you've maybe 100 million, let's just call it, but I'm going to say 60 million because that's what's in my mind. You still lost $1 billion. Okay. In 1 year, what the movies did. I don't know if you got accountants. Well, hey, we saved 2%. Yeah, and then it cost you 98%. Just I don't care what unless they're giving you absolute free money, and even then I wouldn't take it because you're supposed to make shit products that nobody wants. Larry Fink, who's in charge of BlackRock, Blackstone, oh, we're gonna change behaviors. Larry Fink isn't human. He doesn't know what real life is like. He's a spoiled little trust fund baby brat. He's a piece of shit. He's a Democrat. He's a fucking tyrant. Wants to change human people. He doesn't know what's good. I wouldn't trust him to make chocolate chip cookies, let alone run a company or produce a movie. So wherever you're getting this ESG money and whatever they're paying you, you're going to lose way more than you're saving on your financing. So just don't take the ESG money. Oh, but then our interest rate will be 2% higher. Yeah, so what? You'll actually make a profit this time. 2, the shakedown. That's another vector how they get there. There's what Jesse Jackson's Rainbow Coalition. Oh, I'm so old. But here, this is the Sweet Baby Inc. company. The gal's on the internet talking about, I forget her name, talking about how you got to go up to these companies and say, hey, you need DEI and consulting. And they say no. And then she's like, yeah, well, then you should threaten them like with marketing. Like, well, it'd be a shame what happened to your marketing if this went out. This got out that you weren't. And then I looked at all the people that hired Sweet Baby. I'm like, yeah, you are a bunch of spineless pussies. If I look at the development teams that hire, I'm like, yeah, a lot of soy, not a lot of punching, not a lot of jujitsu people there, a whole lot of soy. And so when the shakedown comes, when Dracula knocks on the door, says, can I come in? You say, no. And then there'll be threatening and all that. But as I said before, everyone but you guys is apparently aware that this fake accusation of the isms and the phobes, it's not real. Oh, wow. Radical leftists with a fucking joke of a company are going to accuse you of bigotry. I don't think it's going to have an effect. No one cares. Oh, your Twitter might blow up, right? Your social media might blow up because that's what they do. They have bot farms and they flood your feed, which is another reason why I'd say if you're going to have social media, cut out no comments. Just use it as a PR release platform. There's no comments. But yeah, you should stop paying attention to Twitter and just use your brain a little bit and tell people to fuck off. Hey, can we come in and consult you about diversity? No, you can fuck off. And they'll get pissed off. Oh my God, did you know Aaron, head of the new Sony Corporation, said blah, blah, blah. Well, you really, I know you may not like the guy, and I'm not a big fan of him either, but a lot of you all kind of need a little bit of Donald Trump in you where you go like, fuck off, I don't care. And I think there was a guy who told one of these DEI companies to fuck off. He's like, no, we're making a good movie. I'll go away. Maybe it was Black Myth Wukong. So if the shakedown comes, You just tell Dracula, no, you ain't invited in the house. No, fuck off. So there's that. The labor pool. This is a hard one, especially in the United States and to a lesser extent the West. But you guys have raised, not me, because I don't have any kids and I would have stopped this. You guys have raised nearly every adult under 50 is a victim. You've given them this trait-based political identity. The most important part of them is how they were born, not what they do. It's horrible. It's disgusting. You've ruined their humanity. And you see it peak in colleges and universities where they just drill that shit. That DEI is the most important thing. No, it's not. It's ability and talent. That's what it is. But you've corrupted the labor pool. And especially if you're hiring college graduates, yeah, you're kind of in a conundrum. Oh yeah, they might have a degree in accounting, but oh my God, did they get it in their head that they're going to change lives and save the world at your company and tell you what to do? You see a lot of this, especially with the restaurants. They would vote to unionize. The restaurant would shut down the next day. And these dipshit employees like, we weren't consulted on this. I'm offended. Like, you don't own the company, you dipshit. You got them, the stakeholder shit. You actually got them believing in stakeholders and equity, huh? When they didn't buy a single share of stock, huh? Oh, well, these are your Frankenstein monsters you raised, not me. So how do you hire people when the labor pool is heavily co-opted and tainted with it's not even a political ideology, is with this cult-like victimhood mental illness that makes them, one, not good workers, two, talentless, and three, very prone to sue you. Well, I got an idea. Just hear me out. How about you don't hire leftists and activists? How about you don't hire college graduates with liberal arts degrees or social science degrees? Like you have how about you vet them? Maybe, oh my God. Oh my God. Don't tell Karen in HR. She'll blow a gasket prematurely, even though she's already on post-diabetes. She's not pre-diabetic, she's post-diabetic, right? Maybe you hire some Republicans. Now, I'm not saying you don't hire no Democrats. I'm not saying you go fucking all hire Alex B. Keaton, another one none of you are going to get. But what, you don't have Google? You don't have YouTube? You can't look this up? You can't. The gal who mouthed off about hating cops and whatever else, the new voice actress for the new Ghost of Tsushima, didn't even purge the account. No one screened. You guys ain't doing your job. What? This isn't that hard? Go find people who show the fuck up and shut the fuck up. You want another Rachel Ziegler mouthing off, spewing bullshit, talking about politics and things? And Hollywood is one thing, I'll grant you that. But what, you can't search their Facebook? You can't Google their name? You can't find out if they're like, yeah, fuck Whitey. Oh, I hate cops. Oh, yeah. They got like Antifa pictures. I don't know. Does the blue hair tell you anything? Does the tattoos on the face, does that? Yeah, or we do a better job hiring. And if you can't find them, because we've co-opted every possible employee in the American labor market to be an insufferable, whiny, leftist, parasitic victim, well, maybe you got to go overseas then. I mean, see some of that. I can see some of that. You can't find anyone to mow yards anymore because their kids are all special and privileged and they can't mow the yard. Fucking 50 years old, mowing my own yard, which I'm fine with. I don't mind. But God Christ, where's the 13-year-old kid that had a little hustle? Oh, he has a touch of the autism. He doesn't like the outdoors. And I think I'm going to get him surgery because I hate his father. Oh, these are the people you created and sent out into labor. Oh, that's nice. That's great. Maybe we do have to hire some people from overseas. But dude, and you know what? You know what? Why don't you have, God, you guys need an enforcer. I've offered Chad over at the Elkins Accounting Hour this. A guy comes in and scares the piss out and say, let me explain something to you motherfuckers. Like a fucking drill instructor. We're going to hire you. You do any fucking bullshit, like mouth off on the internet about how you hate Donald Trump or you hate Kamala Harris, da 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 da, or you want the cops all to be defunded, any fucking bullshit, you're fucking fired. And we have resources to make sure that if you fucking sue us for discrimination, which we're not gonna do, we're gonna fucking countersue you. I know, be bad and evil and all that. Well, I'm just, can you not immediately go to the University of Ohio's Communist Party job fair to go find your pink-haired employees? Could you maybe find the studious nerd or the quiet girl who just does accounting real well? As I mentioned before, another thing, you get rid of the DEI, ESG, environmental, or your HR departments. All of them gone. If you need HR, you fucking outsource it. Maybe you have your token person, but there is no DEI department. There is no ESG department. We make widgets at the Widget Corporation. We make cars at the fucking Ford Motor Corporation. See what happened to Harley and was it Farm and Fleet or Tractor Farm and Tractor or whatever it was? Most conservative companies, client base ever, and they went woke. Are you fucking nuts? I want who's the 98 IQ MBA came up with that one? I want to know who thought that was a good idea. That's great. That's great. Indian motorcycles, they're gonna make a lot of money this upcoming year. But you get rid of it. Hang on, everybody. Hang on. You ready? This is some fucking high level business management bullshit. What if you just make a good a product at a fair price and you shut the fuck up? How about that, huh? You really want to go you want to put your competition into the ground? You use Native American speakers. I don't mean American Indians, though, certainly them too. People who English is their first language, and they're on the customer service line. Whoa! Holy shit! It's too advanced, it's too complicated, good quality, fair price, have English-speaking customer service be I know these are crazy things. You're not advanced like me, I get it. But yeah, why the fuck do you have DEI as a division? Why do you have ESG? You know what you can do and achieve the same thing? Just run ads. Just run ads. Don't bring Dracula in. Just run ads. My favorite was British Petroleum, where I saw an ad at a British Petroleum gas station telling you about how green they were going. Well, I probably believe them more because they're a STEM-based company. They got engineers, not a bunch of woke liberal arts majoring horseshit people. So they might actually be trying to do something better with gas. I don't know. They didn't have to hire anyone. They just ran some PR. They ran an advertise. We here at Harley Davidson want you to know that we want women to ride motorcycles too. You get a woman on a motorcycle, and there she is. She's having fun. I don't know. Here, you ready? Here, I'll give you a free fourth one. Okay, free fourth one for all you mid-wit IQ dumb shit MBAs. How about you advertise your products with sexy people? Have you thought of that? I mean, dude, I love loud, sassy, overweight black women as much as the next guy. But when you got fucking Oprah or Lizzo trying to sell me a bottle of Rumplemints, I'm all aboard. But maybe, just maybe, I'd like to see a svelte woman with a nice set of tits and long legs who isn't yelling hatred and is a pissed off, insufferable pain in the ass. Just me. Just me. I don't know. Wonder if it ever worked in the past. I wonder if they did that in the past where I wonder if Cindy Crawford sold some fucking Pepsi. Know what I'm saying? Fucking morons. And then finally, I know I said to get rid of them, but I'm going to say it again. HR in particular, that's the vector this all came through. This is the bloodborne pathogens route. Look it up. That your disease came through. Where most of this HR. Oh my God, come on in. Ah. I have no idea. It's like the Ben Gesserit in Dune. I have no idea how HR is a thing, given the decades of them proving to be just an obstacle to labor. I don't know if you knew this. I know I'm criticizing employees, but your employees are your only asset. The machines don't work without them. and you hired these people who are literal witches in the sense that they will rely on astrology and made up amorphous bullshit. These girls can't find a husband to save their lives, but they're going to find you a good employee. Sure, right. Why do you have HR, period? Benefits and compensation, I get it. Law, like employment law, that's your legal department. Why do you have a bunch of cat-cuddling Karens who can't find a man to save their life choose your employees for you? And the horse shit I've seen with HR behind the scenes of my own interviewing, and I had to take HR classes when I was in school. I'm like looking at these interview and these techniques and tactics of which had no correlation with predicting reliable or good performance by employees. Why the fuck do you have HR? Get rid of HR. If there's some tangential function they serve, outsource it. Or you have one person. And there again, you have your drill instructor coming. Let me explain something to you, Karen. I hear any fucking bullshit about you're fucking out of here. Your job is to go and process these resumes or something. Again, you could do that with software. But get rid of HR. You don't need HR. I'm wondering, see, I'm not old enough. There has to be a day. Now, maybe they called it personnel back in the day. But even before that, wasn't personnel hired by the boss, right? He played Mafia, the video game, going way back now. They just hired the guy. I'll talk to the boss. The boss says, yeah, I knew your father, bibbity bobbity bobbity boo. Why can't we go back to that? Why do we have this creature called Karen in HR who doesn't know jack fuck all shit about anything, let alone the ability to predict and play? Get them out of there. Oh, no, you can't. All right, have fun going bankrupt. Have fun. Cancer's spreading. So there you go. Some ways for you to remove DEI from your company. I like the one like, fuck it, we're leaving. We're going overseas. Hiring who the fuck we want. Goodbye. Thomas Rao, $5. Great content lately. Apologize for not being able to watch live. Rao, no apologies necessary. I was busy dealing with sick relatives and having to help a bunch of people and working on if you look at my traffic, it's down. I'll come back up this past week. But it was down about 60%. You didn't miss much of anything. Been busy with work on a bike ride right now. He gives me the finger. Have some pokey on me. Thank you. If there was pokey out here in South Dakota. Dre, $2. Broken Window Society to a no trust society. Yep. Oh God, and somebody really ought to go and study Elon Musk and Twitter to show you just how much fat you got in the top ranks. You don't need HR. You don't need these horseshit people. The amount of money we wasted and the money that could go elsewhere to create things that we actually wanted. Not like these people wouldn't be hired in other roles. You wouldn't be some marketing dits in HR. Like, oh my God, let's talk about which kind of sandwiches should we buy? Like, no, you're an accountant. Somebody actually productive. Not this corporate witch that looks into her crystal ball. Oh, I don't like Jim in accounting. He has a weird haircut. Fire him. Number go up. Didn't Cappy hear that England will extradite you? Well, then, okay. England is fuck you. I would never go. No, I didn't even want to go to England before. Oh, what's the UK like? I'm not going. And I would never set up shop in England. Patrick Boyle had a video on why all the millionaires are leaving England for Dubai. Hey, keep treating people like shit all you want. Don't be surprised when they stop working and they leave. Razor Power, $10. What happened to the short guy should sail away video? Oh, the guy wanted me to take it down. He said I identified him too much. He wasn't angry or nothing, and I thought I kind of, I thought I kept him anonymous, but apparently not enough. So, which is fine. It's his right. So that's where that one went. I was looking forward to see it, and I'm not even short, but it seems to be deleted. Yep, it is gone. It is removed. He had other questions. He just happened to be short. And one of the main solutions we came up with is like, yeah, if you want a family and he was 5'5". It's like, yeah, man, you're just gonna have to go overseas. I mean, yeah, you might find a girl here, but how much time you got, And that's really what it is for you short guys. Like, how much time do you have? Do you have time? I mean, really? It- or you just want to go overseas and, it's not, you're not guaranteed anything over there either, but your chances go up. Trey, $2 game about a handicapped female sniper coming soon. Yeah, like this. I got a question for you, corporate MBA asshole. Oh, that was a final thing. I forgot to list that. Finally, get rid of your current management to let this shit happen to you. You obviously you're not being led. You're being conformed because as far as I can tell, MBAs and corporate management only know what are the 5 things. The acronyms, ESG, DEI, HR, whatever, subscription service, cut costs and quality, but don't lower the price, bro. And then wonder why brand loyalty goes away. And then I think that's the only 3 they know. They don't actually have the balls to say, no, we're not doing that fucking shit. Get your communist Marxist ass out of here. Yeah, I mean, this is what happens. You have a female sniper. I think she's in a wheelchair, right? Oh my god, why didn't anyone see the article? I have no idea. X Runner, $5. Cappy, you would be amazed how many company executives are unaware what the DEI training is. Either they bow to the investors or Big Four consultants. Well, see, and you're right. These MBAs are just like, oh, consulting, bro, DEI, bro. Yeah, totally, bro. The number of business executives or leaders that get their hands in it and go to the floor and ask around and actively manage and investigate, it's exceptional. They really think look at what Kathleen Kennedy did with Star Wars. She really thinks it's just like, well, we take three parts Star Wars and then 2 parts Girl Boss and then 1 part bring back old actors, put it together, boom, should be a multi-billion-dollar company or movie. There's no soul. Business majors are literally taught to treat business as a science, and it's not a science. It's a moving target. It's very common sense. You just need some balls. That's all. Right now, I've said it before. All I need is $10 billion, right? Just $10 billion. Then I could buy out a bunch of things and do a lot of things I'd like to do. But the one thing I'd love to do is get Borderlands out of Gearbox. I think Gearbox Entertainment owns it. I would love to buy Borderlands off of Gearbox because Borderlands 4 is just going to be shit and turn it into where it's the guns and everything, but you can unlock lingerie outfits for all the hot chicks that would be in it. And you could pick different. Then guys would want to play girls. They would. If I had billions of dollars, I could do my Milfy Avenger comic book. We could have my TV show Trades Gal, the 1970s kind of Peter Gunn, but it's a gal and she's a mechanic and she helps out the beat down cop Trades Gal. With Soul's sister, the big old titted black gal with the fro. Hell yeah. I'm not what? You tell me I want to get more views than the $250 million they just spent on the Acolyte. I'm not joking. You give me $250 million, I'll run with Trades Gal. I'll make it. It's not hard. Here, we're trying to sell loud, fat, obnoxious leftist women. Here's some girls with big tits. I wonder what's going to have a longer line in front of it. And they're nice to the guys in the show. Oh, my goodness. Not Trades Gal. Soul's sister would be super tall, too. She'd just lean over and kiss men on their head. Oh, you're so precious. You'd have a nice southern drawl. Even though I picture Trades Gal happening in a northern, maybe not Gotham, Chicago type, but maybe Kansas City, kind of in the 70s. Who's going to fund? Come on. Dipshit podcaster gets #1 in charts or the box office. Ed, $5. Hire a white dude that doesn't use a high-pitched inflection at the end of each sentence, and there's a 95 chance he's not woke. Or here, just go find out if they're Republican. Go hire STEM majors and accounting majors. Just make sure they're not woke pieces of shit. Yes, would white and male correlate with being less woke? Yeah, it would. But yeah, you've seen plenty of woke guys. I mean, go look at all these dipshits on these studios that they're all left wokies. It's not that's not gonna work. Plus, that would be discriminatory. You gotta fi Can you believe this, ladies and gentlemen? There are black females who aren't a bunch of rabid Marxist pains in the asses. Can you believe that? And you could tell. Do they comport themselves? Do they have ridiculous hair color? Do they list their pronouns? I mean, come on. They tell you not to hire them. Hey, they got pronouns on it. I'm not fucking hiring those people. Not because you're trans. That is like, if you list your pronouns, you happen to be trans, you come in, you're trans, but you got the skills. Yeah, I'd probably hire you. Nonstop. All these problems go away if you hire competent people. If you hire the best person for the job, it all goes away. Nonstop Drake, $2. American lawsuits going hand in hand like Lizzo and food. I guess she's losing weight. God bless her. I don't know if you follow her. I don't follow her, but losing the weight. Mark, $10. Finally bought Curse the High IQ. Great book. We are lucky we get to listen to you on YouTube. Awesome life-changing content. Good. I'm glad you got it. If you guys are sick and tired of stupid people, go get my book, Curse of the High IQ. I think link below. What do I have? I just have a link to my consulting company, assholeconsulting.com. I also have a link to the world's greatest accounting career. Do you guys want, let me ask you all this. Do you want to deal with this bullshit? Could you imagine working in corporate America now? All right. Become an accountant. Quickest way to be self-employed and remotely employed. Yes, you're going to have to work for a company for a couple of years. But if you're trying to look for something to do with the least amount of bullshit, so you don't have to sit in DEI meetings, the quickest way to self-employment I have found has been accounting. Well, I guess technically you could start mowing yards and be self-employed. That people are so hard up for basic lawn maintenance. Mason, $5. Purple hair and piercings means someone is a leftist. Not necessarily, not always. But I look at someone like that, and what I see is someone who's like, okay, I am solipsistic. That's what it indicates to me, which doesn't necessarily means you're a lefty. It just means you're going to be edgy. It's all about you. There's a high chance you're not aware that other people are involved in this entire process, and we need you to do something. Yeah, I would. If you got metal in your face, I'm not hiring you. And you could be the greatest, most hard work. I guess we'll never know. I interviewed somewhere, and one of the interviewers had purple hair and a nose ring. She seemed nice. Right. Well, this is where you get rid of HR. There, the employee has to ask, do I want to work for this company where they have the purple-haired monster with the nose piercing asking me questions? Mason, $2. What is the Cappy way of dealing with hair loss? Go Opecia. My hair's fine. Atham started getting a bald spot. So I would go talk to a hair specialist and do it early. And even I have to look into it, because just I'm not losing my hair now, don't mean I won't lose it in the future. And it's something that you could, like, you treat it to maintain it. So I got to do that. That's on my to-do list. But otherwise, like, if you don't do the comb over, shave it, grow a beard, it's perfectly fine. It's not the end of the world. So there you go. All right. Link below, assholeconsulting.com. And I think the world's greatest accounting career at Teachable. That's it. All right. I'll see. Oh. We got one more. Vlad Elcom, CPA. Minnesota plays at Michigan tomorrow. Who you got? Nobody. I don't give a fuck. Dude, bro. Maybe like to hire these people, bro. We should take them down to the game, bro. We're like, hey, why don't you hire them? We're going to get some wings and apps, bro. And that way you want to come work for Biffy Bifferson, CCP. Ha. Fucking, I remember they in the interview one day, hey, you want to go to the game? I'm like, no, I don't want to go to the game and get the job. I want to say, you want to go play football? Let's get some guys together. I don't want to fucking watch the game. All right. See you guys later. Toodles.